I think the story of the weekend here, it wasn't Denny Hamlin winning. It wasn't anything else from this past weekend. But what it was, to me, was this. The punch. And I love Ross Chastain even more now because I can't stand Noah Gragson.
Really?
Yeah, I can't stand the guy. I don't know what it is about Noah Gragson.
I love him.
I wish I was Chastain and I was able to punch him in the face.
Oh.
I don't know what it is about Gragson. It might be that stupid haircut.
Hey, man, don't be hating on the bowl cut.
I'm going to hate on the bowl cut because that is just straight
I love
up
it.
stupid.
It gives him personality.
Yeah, you know what it also did? It got him punched in the face.
Okay, now to be fair, yes, it did get him punched in the face, but he probably should have seen it coming. I mean, when you're going to grab somebody like that, you probably should be ready for the punch.
Here's the thing. Leading up to there, Gragson was 5 laps down at the end of the race. He got ran up and into the wall by Ross Chastain. Ross Chastain didn't touch him. He barely came up the track. I feel like Ross Chastain did nothing wrong. He was on the lead lap racing. Gragson, if anything, should have yielded to him. 5 laps down.
I mean, Gragson was just trying to pass him.
So what? He's 5 laps down. What's he going to do at the end of the race? Get 4 laps back and contend for a top 10? No, he's not. He's 5 laps down. Yield. You're not even in contention here. Then had the audacity to come up to Ross Chastain, Gragson did, after the race, trying to put his name up there like, no one will stand up to Ross Chastain. So I, Noah Gragson, in my bowl cut, will stand up to Ross Chastain. Grabs Chastain, and then Chastain, I would say, kept his composure for about 10 seconds, 5 seconds even. Don't touch me. Let go of me. Stop it. Wait, he said stop it, I believe. Stop it. Stop it. Boom. And that's the result. I don't feel bad for Gragson. I support Chastain in this. I don't care if you love Chastain or hate him. You can't say that he's in the wrong here. I personally think it's good for the sport.
Oh, yeah.
I think Chastain is the diamond in the rough that NASCAR needed. Gragson got a slice of humble pie right there.
I wish they wouldn't have broken up the fight.
Well, and there's another thing, too. There's a guy in a yellow sweater. Gragson went back to punch, and he
caught him.
He blocked him. I was like, oh, man, that's messed up.
Yeah.
But then other people were like, well, then you're going to turn it into hockey. But at the same time, let the man defend himself. I don't think he would have whooped Chastain. But at the same time, we'll never know.
Yeah, we will never know. Gragson did grab him, but it's not like Gragson was going to punch him right away or anything like that. He just grabbed him. And Chastain probably just lost it because Noah Gragson said, hey, man, what the F is your problem? And he asked him again, what the F is your problem? Which, okay, I'll start it like this. I will applaud Noah Gragson for this one. Even though he didn't get a shot in, I will applaud him 100%.
Applaud him for what?
For standing up to Ross Chastain.
Ross Chastain did nothing wrong.
For doing what nobody else has done in the past month, 2 months, whatever. Everybody's so just on camera says, oh, man, like Brendan Poole said, the guy just needs his butt whooped. Okay. Did Brendan Poole go up to him? No. Everybody else has said something about Ross Chastain, but I don't see anybody around confronting the guy. Noah Gragson said, you know what? I'm just going to do it. Chase Elliott's said, hey, man, good for you. Because you know what? Chase Elliott's not going to do anything because Chase Elliott's got too much riding for him.
He's a pretty boy anyway. Chase Elliott wouldn't do a darn thing.
Chase Elliott's not going to.
He's a prick.
Chase Elliott, just like plenty of other drivers in my eyes, are not going to do a whole lot except for just say something and that's it. Because we're in the point these days, and I've said it before, drivers probably think there's so much riding on them with sponsorships that they're too afraid to do anything. It's not like it was back in the 2000s or the 2010s where it was the boys have at it and everyone's going to go up to each other and say things, like guys running each other over on track on cool down laps like when Brad Keselowski did at Charlotte. I think it was Bank of America 500. Tried to hit Hamlin and then he ran into Kenseth and then Kenseth chased him down and put him in a headlock.
Yep.
In the garage area, even though
that.
Keselowski was doing burnouts through the garage area. He legit did a burnout through the garage. That got caught on camera at Charlotte. I don't think that ever got picked up on NASCAR TV, or anything like that. Back then it was boys have at it. Gragson finally decided to go up to him and said, "Hey, man, what's your effing problem?" I can see why he wanted to do that. Ross did run him out of the groove a little bit. Now Ross wants to say, "Oh, yeah, I gave him a lane." But Ross does that thing. He does that thing every time where he says, "Oh, man, yeah, I mean, I left him some room, but, that's just the way it is." I'd like I said, and I've said it on the social media already, if Ross would just own up to it, this would all not be like the way it is now. If Ross would just come out and say, "You know what? I did that. I ran him like that. Yeah, I ran him over. He's driving too slow." Not like in the Brendan Poole situation that we talked about at Dover. We said, "Yeah, I got to go apologize to those guys, man. I really owe them an apology." What? No, man. Just own up to it. Yeah, people don't like him right now. That's the way it is. But aside from all of this, at the same time, like you said, this is what NASCAR needs. Ross Chastain is somebody that... let's put it this way. Do you see anybody else getting marketed on NASCAR half the time except for Chase Elliott?
No.
Okay,
not one person.
NASCAR has the opportunity to market Ross Chastain. Dale Jr. talked about it on his podcast. He talked about his dad, Dale Sr. He said, when Dale Sr. was running over people back in the 80s, he didn't really own up to it a lot, but you know what? Yeah, that was the way he was driving. And then they marketed on it. He didn't come out and say, "Hey, man, I'm the Intimidator." Some merchandise people ran with it and gave him the moniker of the Intimidator or the Man in Black. And then he just kind of got that moniker, and that was it. And he was known as the Intimidator ever since then. We have an opportunity to market Ross Chastain at this point. Yeah, is he running people over? Sure. But if he owns up to it and he intakes this persona that people are starting to give him, oh my God. Like, hello. He could be like as famous and as popular as Chase Elliott is. But we're not. Nobody's capitalizing on that.
So is it more of the issue that Ross Chastain does not own up to it, or is it the fact that people are full of empty threats saying he does need to get his butt whooped?
I don't think it's empty threats. I think they're legitimate threats that, hey, we have a problem with this guy. But at the same time, if he just owns up to it, then maybe it won't be as big of an issue. Because like I said, he comes on TV every week after something happens, and he makes me want to feel like I'm supposed to feel sorry for him when I'm watching him on TV after he gets done talking in an interview, when he gets blamed for something. If he just says, "Oh, man, you know what? I did it. Yeah, absolutely, I ran him over. Slow car in my way. Oh, you know what? I raced him into the wall. It's a racing deal, man. I'm going for a win. Is there any race? It doesn't matter if it's early in the race. I got to stay close to the front." Not, "Oh, man, yeah, I'm sorry about that. It was my bad." He's like the villain almost, but like he's the villain that you want to hate right now.
He's the villain I love. Chastain is my favorite driver. He's better than Chase Elliott. He's better than Kyle Busch. Maybe not at the moment. Kyle Busch is on kind of a hot streak right now. But Ross Chastain is what NASCAR needs right now. And like you said, they need to capitalize on it and market him. And Trackhouse needs to just keep cashing this in and striking while the iron's hot. I don't think Chastain's going to change come Darlington this weekend and go, "Okay, I'm going to calm down, guys."
No, absolutely not.
He's not. He's going to go out there and do what Ross Chastain does and give it 110% every lap. And if you're in his way, if you're Brandon Poole in his way, you better move out of his way now. If you're some slow car, the spotter bit will be telling you, "Hey, the one car is coming up. You better get out of his way." Because he's not going to slow down whether you're a lap down, 5 laps down, or the leader and he's in second place. Ross Chastain is what NASCAR needed right now. And to put a muzzle on that and to put a restrictor plate on the momentum of that, not on the track, but on the PR side, would be ludicrous at NASCAR's point right now.
Absolutely, 100%.
And like I said, I don't see anything wrong with what he did Sunday, hitting Gragson. My uncle said it best. Instead of being mad at Chastain, he needed to be mad at his barber for giving him that haircut.
Well, his crew actually gave him that haircut.
Don't care.
That was a bet.
I don't.
I love the haircut. I think it's great. Personality.
I think it's the stupidest thing I've ever seen.
I love it. I love it. I love Gragson. He might be my new favorite driver, honestly.
Fine. Ross Chastain's my new favorite driver.
Oh, good.
And my driver just punched your driver in the face.
That's good. My driver didn't get a shot back, so.
Well, your driver is a whiny baby.
Yeah, he's just confronting him because nobody else is going to do it.
No, he confronted him to try to make a name for himself, and guess what? He got punched in the face for his
Good.
effort.
That's what they need.
And he technically should have backed off when he said stop it.
Yeah, Ross Chastain didn't really say stop it. He just said, all right, man, look. Ross Chastain was probably just going to try to explain it to him, but Ross wasn't really. He had that, I'm going to say, he had that dumb look on his face because he always does. Honestly, Ross always has this dumb look of like, I didn't do anything wrong. Like, dude, just own up to it already.
I'm glad it took 171 episodes for us to find our new favorite drivers and then for them to go at it. Because you know what? Noah Gragson's not going to make a name for himself in the Cup Series like Ross Chastain is. Ross Chastain will be a champion long before Noah Gragson even finds the exit door after his lackluster career.
Oh, man.
Noah Gragson's shining moment happened in the Xfinity Series under Junior Motorsports. That star has faded out when he went to Legacy MC.
Nah.
Absolutely.
Nah. He's got to get some time.
No.
Some guys develop their careers a lot quicker than others.
Yeah, well, guess what? Good luck.
Thank you.
Because I don't think nobody's going to get one over on Chastain. Chastain needs to stay the course, buddy. Stay the course, Chastain. And track house racing.
Stay the course. He's going to get his butt whooped eventually, but that's okay.
No, he won't. By who? By whom?
I think somebody will eventually.
By whom? Chase Elliott? Whatever.
Okay, I didn't say Chase Elliott.
Daddy, he hit me, Daddy. Mr. Hendrick, please do something about it. All right, let's see. Who else could make him mad? I guess maybe Denny Hamlin. Yeah, no, but Denny Hamlin's getting old. Yeah. Denny Hamlin. Yeah, he's getting old.
What if Kevin Harvick does it?
Kevin Harvick's older than Denny Hamlin. Kevin Harvick's older than Denny Hamlin, man. I don't know how that will work. Anyway, we can beat a dead horse on that one. We already kind of have. I like it. I think it's good for the sport.
I think it's great for the sport. You know, they had more Twitter engagements than Denny Hamlin spinning Kyle Larson out. Well, I mean, not really spinning him out, but I guess you could say kind of wrecking him on that last lap. Apparently, they had more Twitter engagements than that, and that's good. I mean, I think that's great. I mean, overall, both
incidences were worthy of talking about.
Absolutely.
And in fact, until you brought it up, that's all. I totally forgot. Oh, yeah, that was a great last lap. It was a great race overall. Kansas was fun to watch.
Kansas has become, over the last few years, it seems like it just keeps getting better and better. For some, I don't know what it is, but it's like the groove has become like wider. I mean, you have guys running the wall now, which, I mean, years ago that wasn't really the case, but now it's almost like the groove is just everywhere. And I love it. I think it's great. I don't know if it's because the track has aged a little bit. Maybe the surface is maybe aged. Who knows?
Right.
I don't know. I mean, Darlington's been kind of like that up there. I mean, the last repave at Darlington was probably before 2010. I think it was like 2007. I mean, it was like, I'm sorry, like 2009, I think it was. Because 2007, Jeff Gordon won, and that it was still like really like it hadn't been repaved yet.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, it's getting there. I think
is.
Kansas is getting there. I think we'll see some. The next few races at Kansas, I think, it'll be really good.
That
I don't know if it has
race.
to do with that or maybe the next-gen car as well.
Right.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, I think it's more the track just wearing in perfectly, and I don't know, just keep it up.
Tracks tend to go through that phase where they finally wear in perfectly.
They're in the butter zone right now, and unfortunately, on the flip side of that butter zone, it's just crappy racing, and it's gonna happen before we know it here. Anything else in regards to Chastain and Gragson?
I know. Hey, Ramblin' About Racing Nation. You've made it this far. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. And while you're at it, make sure you hit the notification bell so you can get up-to-date notifications when we drop our latest videos here at Ramblin' About Racing.